Hey and welcome to Tabletop Gaming, where we publish a monthly magazine about all things card games, board games, war games and more. But that's not why you're here today. You're here today because we have an exclusive card from Lorcana. I am incredibly excited about it, and without further ado, let's take a look. It's an Enchanted card! Now, I am certain you're probably going to pause this so you can have a proper look, but of course it is a Maleficent and it is a powerful card. There is a lot you can do with this if you're reading that text. I immediately wanted to talk about this, so I called up Ross. Now, you will better know him from a number of YouTube channels, but particularly Wassy Plays or at the Wassy on things like Twitter. And I will play you the conversation next if you want a little bit of a deep dive into the card itself. Otherwise, head to our website for more info. I will pop the link in the description and enjoy. Are you ready?
I'm a little bit ready.
Fancy. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Ooh, it's an Enchanted card. Oh, that's kind of amazing.
Queen of all, and should be bowed down to as a great card. But also, yes, an Enchanted card. And if you get a chance to read what it does, I'm very excited.
Yeah, this one is good. People are liking this card. So whenever a character quests, when this character quests, you may draw a card. Card draw is good. Card draw in Lorcana is not great. As in many TCGs, card draw in Lorcana is not amazing. So anything that can draw extra cards is always a win. And the fact that you get to draw a card when you quest, and you quest for 2 lore as well, is pretty awesome. But then, of course, you've got Divination. Whenever you draw a card, you can move a damage counter from chosen character to chosen opposing character, which means you can take a damage off of one of your characters, put it onto your opponents while you draw a card, while you quest for 2 lore at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I appreciate that it's 5, but that's not a lot once you get it out, because as long as you rush to get that card out, you've then got so much extra that you can do with it because you're drawing a card, which means you have the opportunity to play down your cards and not run out, not try and keep your safe ones. I'm just very excited.
I mean, the fact that it's inkable is a pretty big deal, because it means you don't even have to play it. You can just ink it if you like. The downside of the card, because no card is going to be perfect, right? The fact that it's a 2/3, 2 strength, 3 willpower, that's low for a 5 cost. But it kind of has to be because the skills are so good. That's what creates a kind of dichotomy with the card. It's amazing. So you are just going to want to sit there and quest every turn, because questing gets you 2 lore, 1 card, and moving a damage. But you got 3 willpower, and your opponent is going to be chasing this down. Like, this is the kind of character where, it hits the board, and your opponent is going to look at this and be like, I need to get rid of that really quickly, because letting you quest for 2 lore, 1 card, and moving a damage is... It's not ideal for them, quite frankly. It's a super powerful card, but they've had to they've balanced that by making it very weak. And your opponent is going to try and remove this, because it's one of the best questions you've got. So your opponent is going to be trying to get rid of that advantage.
With the location reveals, I've seen quite a few, but I think there's been a few more. Would this work well? Because there's obviously Maleficent's Castle. I think I've named that wrong, but there's obviously bits in there. Do you think there's anything that could link in with the new location cards as well?
Well, there is the Queen's Castle, which is obviously a very relevant card for Maleficent, which is actually a similar kind of thing. It's actually one of my favourite locations in the set. It gets you 2 lore at the start of your turn, very much like Maleficent, Mistress of All Evil, and it only costs 1 to move a character there. And at the start of your turn, for each character you have here, you may draw a card. So again, bearing in mind, it's not huge for drawing is Lorcana, although as we get more sets, there's going to be more options, as always. But I kind of love the way that the Queen's Castle Mirror Chamber, that gets you 2 lore and draws cards, in the same way that Maleficent, Mistress of All Evil, you quest for 2 while drawing cards at the same time. But if you kind of combine those 2, that's a little bit ridiculous. You're actually going to be drawing a lot of cards. And there's an argument there for kind of getting a big draw advantage over your opponent.
I'd be quite happy to have a purple deck just for this reason, and then watch the face fall of my opponent.
Pretty nice. I mean, there's some others you could go for in terms of locations. The Bayou is a nice one. Whenever a character quests here, you can draw a card and then discard a card. So you're essentially, when you quest, you draw 2 and then discard 1. So you're not actually getting a card advantage from the Bayou, but you're cycling through your cards faster. So you're seeing more cards, you're more likely to draw into what you want. And then, of course, if you want to combine it with a different colour instead, you could go for RLS Legacy Solar Galleon, which it does cost 3 to move there, which is quite expensive. But it does have 8 willpower, which means it's hopefully going to stay around for a while. And characters gain evasive while they're there. And obviously, one of the things you want to do with something like Maleficent is keep that card on the field. So giving yourself evasive such that you can only be challenged by evasive characters, that would be a bit of an advantage. So, I mean, that is going to be the goal with this character, right? It's going to be keep it on the field, try and make a deck where you've got a few options to, give it evasive, or just give yourself some things you can do to protect Maleficent, because while she's there, it's brilliant, but then she goes away and it's just sad. I just love that we're getting to see the Enchanted cards. It took a while. It always takes a while for them to start showing us the Enchanted cards. I like being able to see them. I've not pulled one yet, which is very sad for me. I've opened a couple of boxes. I've not yet pulled an Enchanted card, which is very sad. I would very much like to. I'll be honest with you, I'm still hoping like Zootropolis Enchanted. That's my dream. Zootropolis and Wreck-It Ralph. Look, while I'm here, best 2 Disney films in my eyes. On Moana as well, to be fair. That's the trio for me. That's what I watch with my kids like all the time, those 3. Not introduced my kids to Maleficent yet. Might be time.
Thank you ever so much for joining me. We've got a deck to plan, it seems.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be a card people try and build around. Whether it's successful, we're going to have to wait and see when people start testing and actually bringing the decks to the table. But this is blatantly one that people are at least going to be having a play with.
And there you have it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Join us for more Lorcana coverage over the coming months, and we will be looking more into this card. But I want to hear your thoughts. In that deck, what are you playing it with? What are you thinking based on the cards that are revealed already? Is this one you're going to build a deck around, or are the drawbacks too high? I want to know your thoughts. Pop those in the comments, and I can't wait to read them. As always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.